Welcome to the Summit Up Podcast. I'm Suyash. This is Rishi, and this is Ishan.
Yeah.
And we're gonna jump right into it. First topic is free agency and what.
This is our third time trying to record this. Hopefully it works. But we recorded one like last week. Some transfer issues happened. We weren't able to do it. But we're recording this about 3 weeks after free agency started. And this is just recapping the bigger deals that went around.
Ones that actually matter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all of them matter. Like,
But like the big
Tyler
ones.
Lydon going to the Kings, that could be a game changer. But
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
they
That's a
got-
game
The
changer.
entire league is a 2-star league.
No,
But
bro.
the Kings.
Yeah.
They got Fox,
and Caleb Swanigan.
Caleb Swanigan, and Tyler Lydon.
See, I never know if you guys
League's
are joking.
It's Tyler Lydon. He's literally the best player.
But
Arguably.
so yeah, the first major thing that came out was Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving agreeing to max deals with the Brooklyn Nets. But I was about to say New Jersey.
Yeah.
The Brooklyn Nets. So what do you guys think of that?
Great sign, but the only issue is Kevin Durant won't be there for a full year. So,
Yeah, no, but I think it's worth it.
I mean, Kyrie, yeah, obviously it's worth it, but Kyrie is essentially just a replacement for D'Angelo.
and they
I think
lost
he's-
a lot.
They're
I think
generally the same.
They
player.
lost a lot of bench players, and Nets did. But I think
Dinwiddie's still on the
But they're
team.
fine.
yeah, Dinwiddie, my guy.
The
But
Kyrie's an upgrade. So
Kyrie, yeah, I was gonna say Kyrie's definitely an upgrade from D'Angelo Russell because he shoots better. He's a better distributor. I think he plays better defense.
Yeah.
He doesn't play good defense, but he plays
Yeah.
better than D'Angelo Russell.
and he's a NBA champion.
Yeah,
Both Kyrie and KD.
yeah. So
Yeah.
they have a
Yeah.
little bit of championship DNA, but they did lose a lot of players. The Brooklyn Nets, all their positive plus minus bench players are gone. It's like Rondae Hollis Jefferson, Jared Dudley, like those
but
those type of
they'll be
glue
fine.
guys.
I don't.
I think they're
They're
definitely
not gonna be in trouble without Jared
no.
Dudley.
they're gonna be all right because those two superstars, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, they make up for that loss. But this year is not their year because Kevin Durant's not even gonna play this year. I think next year is when they really take off because that's when Kevin Durant's gonna be hopefully fully recovered from his Achilles injury.
Yeah.
As we all like to clown him for like being a snake and whatever, no one wanted to see him get hurt. If you did, you're a terrible person.
Yeah.
But like because he's everything
He's a good
everyone's
guy,
heard.
man.
Everything that's come out of the Warriors that he's like a great person. They're gonna retire his jersey.
Yeah, I
at
think that's
least-
a little much. I
Yeah,
don't know
because he
why.
played like 3 years. But
Injuries are inevitable.
Even if you win like 3 championships and then you just have for 3 years, you shouldn't
no.
retire.
Injuries are inevitable, and to Kevin Durant, they just keep happening. Unfortunately for him,
It's always a foot thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
Oh,
mean,
he's
that's
tall.
he's tall and he has chicken legs. At least that's how it looks. So
yeah. But next year, 2020, the 2020-2021 season. It's
yeah,
a mouthful, but
Yeah, that's when they will.
that's when
I-
they're
I
going to
re-
become legit contenders.
Yeah.
They're going to
Not
have
contenders
they're
right
going to
now,
have 2
obviously.
superstars. I don't think
Yeah.
they're not going to be a contender this year. I think they'll
Yeah.
and
they'll
they still have
finish-
Jared Allen.
They'll finish.
still have
They'll be
Jared
like
Allen,
top
who's
five.
a
Yeah,
pretty
they
good
have a
defender.
good team. They have a good nucleus. It's just they lost a lot of their good players.
I definitely think that they'll be like higher in the playoffs this year.
I think they're gonna finish around the same seed, but with a better record.
I think they'll probably
I think
be
that's
fourth
my
seed,
prediction.
just like how the Celtics were. That's my opinion.
Maybe
but
top 5. I don't know.
Kyrie
know.
basically does the
This is
same
kind of like
thing
a
every
throwaway year, pretty much.
yeah,
Like for the Knicks too.
This year doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I mean, they're obviously gonna try as hard
Yeah,
as they can, but they're not gonna. It's not gonna.
You're gonna
it's
get
not
playoff experience and all
Yeah,
that.
there's just a one more year playoff experience. It's just not gonna be the championship year that other teams are gonna have.
Yeah.
Speaking of those other teams, one of those other teams is the Los Angeles Clippers, who got
Yeah.
who they made the like Woj dropped nuke
Bro.
times 9,000 when he dropped this news. So Kawhi Leonard signing with the Los Angeles Clippers, and a minute later he broke the news that Paul George is getting traded to the Los
That
Angeles
was
Clippers.
insane.
That was the craziest 2-minute span of my entire life.
Yeah.
See, I didn't
Like,
even
I-
see it until like 2 hours after. It was like around midnight.
That notification really like messed with me.
Yeah,
It's like,
because I thought
Paul
he,
George is not gonna request a trade. So I thought, I don't know.
yeah,
Thought it was
I
like-
thought Woj was joking when he tweeted it.
I
out.
think
I thought
Woj-
it
was
got
just like a
I thought it got
spam,
hacked.
Like a
I thought it got hacked. I was like, no.
I didn't.
Kawhi going to the Clippers, yeah. Okay, that's it. Wasn't
Yeah.
it was the least favorite out of the 3 favorites, at least from what the media was spewing out about it, for him to sign there. But Paul George, no news came out at all about him requesting a trade, about him having like beef with Sam Presti or whatever.
It
Yeah,
was
they-
pro-
they didn't
it was
have beef.
it was probably one
didn't
of
have
the
beef,
closest guarded secrets
Well, they didn't like how
they-
the team was run.
that
That's
didn't
what-
get
that's what
leaked.
Shams-
They were one of the. It
Yeah,
was one
but-
of the
Yeah.
like so guarded. I don't know how they managed that because
Bro, and
and
they-
like how do you not get anyone to figure out something like big like
Yeah.
that?
And they had like secret meetings in like
Yeah,
LA.
like
that was-
Kawhi changed the location of his Lakers meeting so that he could meet with Paul George right after that. Like,
What a ball.
what a king! Like,
What a
man.
I stand.
But that shook everything, and I think the Clippers, with their nucleus, because they also re-signed Pat Beverly, they re-signed JaMychal Green, who is very, very good on defense, and he's expanded his range. He shoots very well from three as well. That team is going to be scary defensively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have 3 all NBA
Defend.
or all
And
defensive players.
offensively, too.
And yeah, and they still have Lou Will coming off the bench. They still have Montrezl Harrell. They still have Landry Shamet, who I am surprised did not get traded to OKC.
Yeah. But Shai is like really good. Like,
Shea,
he's,
yeah,
like,
Shea is. I love Shea.
Yeah.
I think Shea's going to be really good. I think. I mean, we'll talk about it later with the CP3 things in OKC. We'll talk about that later on. And like Shea and what that's gonna do with them. But I think I'm surprised Landry Shamet didn't get traded. But I think he's really good. He's a great shooter. But that team defensively is gonna be a monster. So I think
Yeah, I think
they're
they're fun, right?
because Kawhi signed a 3-year deal with an opt out after the second, and Paul George's deal is also the same. So he has 3 years left, but he has an opt out after the second.
So
year.
they could potentially leave together.
Yeah, they
as
could
well.
leave together, or they could re-sign again together.
I don't.
in
I
Los
don't-
Angeles
They're
after
gonna
the
leave?
2021 season.
They're gonna leave in 2 years and then join the Nuggets on vet mints.
Yes, I like that.
So
Uh,
then for just like 1 year. So then they'll win us a championship. Then they'll go back.
That is literally the most unlikely thing
No.
that you could find.
No, almost unlikely they went to like the Hawks.
Actually, by then
Like the Pistons.
Trey Young and John Collins are probably really.
I
good.
like the Hawks,
So, I
but
mean,
that's
yeah.
not the point. But the Clippers, they got those guys. I mean, that was out of nowhere. It came literally just out of left field. It just, I mean, it warmed my heart seeing the Laker fans in the replies. It just warmed my heart to see them all
Yeah.
butthurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they
Oh,
were
that
all
makes
calling
me happy.
Woj unreliable.
That I was so
Well, that's
happy.
because a few things he said didn't actually come to
No, it did.
fruition.
No, everything he
Everything
said,
he said
he
again.
said was true because he is the most connected man in the NBA.
Yeah.
Everything
knows
he said was
everything.
true.
Him and
The-
Stephen A. Smith know everything.
No, not Stephen A. Stephen A. doesn't know anything.
He has a lot of connections.
Yeah, but all his things are wrong. Every single one.
Well,
Like I don't know, but
that's true. That's true. That's true.
everything.
Him
he
and
said-
Shams. I think are the two most connected.
But like Woj pretty much said everything right, and the only things that weren't right were just fully on
Contract. It
predictions.
was just a contract.
No, and it was
That was the
only
only thing
on,
he got wrong.
and like early in like the draft or whatever. Those are just predictions. Like they weren't like statements. They were just he thought that this could happen. So that's just a prediction. But the things that he said that are true were actually true. And
Yeah.
Laker fans are just didn't want to hear it. So
No, I don't want to hear anything bad about their team.
yeah,
'Cause
he was
they-
saying not the Lakers, the Clippers, and he was right. And no one
Yeah.
wanted to believe him. So
And that was probably the biggest move of any.
Oh yeah, 100% easily. Like the AD trade. I mean, he was speculated to go to the Lakers for so long.
yeah.
But that was like the biggest, I guess,
I could honestly
move to
care
be made, I
less.
guess, because they also thought that they also had a chance of getting Kawhi Leonard. That's why that trade seemed so huge. But this
Yep.
getting Paul George on that team kind of solidified them as bona fide contenders.
Yeah, Clippers are
The
fun.
80 trade was basically highway robbery. That's what it was, and the fact that it didn't work out in the sense that they didn't get Kawhi.
At least they got
they're better
they
off
got,
without Kawhi.
Yeah,
The Lakers are better off without Kawhi because
Honestly-
they wouldn't have been able to get anyone.
yeah, they would have. Their team would have been so. Like,
Because
they
now they
wouldn't-
filled out the roster pretty freaking good for only having
Yeah.
like they're having that much. And they signed like even with giving Danny Green 15 million.
I still don't know what'll happen because last year they probably would have made the playoffs if LeBron didn't get injured. His
Yeah.
health is suddenly going to come into question as he ages. So I really don't know if that's even. You can't predict it yet. Even
Yeah.
though
No,
LeBron
there's
is
no
one
way
of
we
the
can-
80,
yeah.
no, well, 80 and LeBron are gonna play like 70 games.
No, they're not going to play over 70 games. No
I
way.
said they're just gonna play like 70 games.
I don't think they're going to play over 70 games. I think they're going to be like 65, 60. They're going to rest a lot.
Yeah,
That's
but
why
like
I don't
around
think
maybe
the Lakers,
70 games
I
max.
think the Lakers can make a bunch of noise in the playoffs because of those two players.
Yeah.
Because playoff LeBron is a different beast. but
Yeah, he's the
they're
only
not going to be
player
a
I'm
great
scared of.
regular season team because they're going to
Yeah.
rest those two
Yeah.
guys a lot.
Yeah, that's why I think they're
Same
like,
with the Clippers. Like Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are probably going to rest.
yeah, but I feel like they're
That's what
Paul
kind of
George
hurt
plays
us.
more.
in the
Paul George
playoffs.
would definitely try and play more. Yeah,
Paul George can like try to play 82 games.
because he played with like 2 torn shoulders in the playoffs. So, but
I don't know
so
about
that,
Kawhi though.
That happened.
Yeah, that's off topic. But Clay Thompson is our next person who got signed.
I also want to talk about the D'Angelo Russell, just
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
same
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
Yeah, they both got signed by the Warriors. Clay Thompson got a 5-year, $190 million, and
Well deserved.
yeah, definitely. But and then D'Angelo got a 4-year, $117 million. Also, he deserved it.
I think it's a little bit much.
I think it's a little bit much, yeah. But
I
I
think,
think
so
for
overrated. It's actually kind of
I think for cap reasons they had to give him that
Yeah.
much because it was a sign and trade with him and Durant. But I mean the Warriors, Klay Thompson is expected to come back around March.
Yeah.
So whoever plays them in the playoffs, because they're not going to be a high seed. At least
Yeah.
if they are, then Steph Curry's going to win MVP.
Oh
But-
yeah, no, and he has the ability to. Cause Steph Curry
because he's already
is-
won it twice.
Yeah.
He has the ability.
I don't know
to win
about it
again.
because of his injuries.
Yeah,
gets
he
injured
might
all
he
the
might
time.
rest a lot as well because he's also been injury prone over the last couple of years.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, they might try to just straight up kind of tank in a sort of
No,
way this
the-
year, in the
If
sense that
they tank,
They're
that'd
not-
be
they're not
that'd be
gonna ta- like,
OG.
ta- you mean
Yeah.
like
tank in the sense of resting more players.
Yeah,
than
oh
they
yeah,
have
yeah.
to.
Okay.
'Cause they like resting to get a lower seed. Because then if they play like I think if they play the Rockets in the first round, the Warriors are gonna win.
Yeah,
I think Warriors are
definitely.
gonna win.
For some reason, yeah, they
definitely.
just-
It's Westbrook and Harden. The Warriors
We'll
are
touch,
definitely
on, we'll
winning.
touch on
Yeah,
that later.
yeah.
We'll touch on that later.
Yeah.
That was also a big
Yeah,
deal that came.
but-
But
both good signings for the Warriors. Just because Clay won't be back till March, so they do need another guard. So D'Angelo fills that spot.
yeah, so
rather
then
well.
their starting lineup would most likely be still with 4 All-Stars.
yeah.
I mean, D'Angelo Russell was a replacement for Victor Oladipo.
Yeah,
but
but he's
he
still an
still
all-star.
deserved to be an All-Star.
No,
Yeah.
he's definitely
But,
good now.
Their starting lineup would likely be around March: Curry, D'Angelo Russell, Clay,
Who's taller?
Draymond Green,
What?
D'Lo.
Okay, so D'Lo is definitely
Yeah,
pretty
and
good.
then at the 5 would be Kevon Looney.
I think Cauley Stein would start.
yeah,
No, Kevon Looney's
Why?
way better than
No,
Cauley
Cauley Looney.
100%.
Looney
He's
kind of
underrated,
saved,
but he still
yeah.
kind of trash.
I think,
He's
I think,
underrated, but he's still like not.
I think he's. I still think he's better than Cauley Stein.
No, he's
Cauley
not.
Stein can't do anything but lobs. That's it.
Yeah.
He has 0 perimeter game. Looney at least has some sort of perimeter,
Does
and he
he?
plays more defense.
Does Looney
Looney plays way more defense.
All
He
I've
he
really
can't shoot
seen
threes,
Looney
but
do,
he's good at mid range.
all I've seen Looney really do is offensive rebound the ball a few times.
Yeah, and
which
Cauley
saved their
Stein can do
game,
that.
but that was just
He plays way better defense than Cauley Stein. 100%. Cauley Stein is athletic, but he doesn't play that good defense. I mean, he's tall, so he blocks shots.
think
But
just overall,
I think definitely Cauley Stein will just maybe even if in the beginning Looney starts, it won't stay like that for long.
I think Looney's gonna be there. So.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, whatever.
Yeah. Anyways, the next one was Jimmy Butler. There was a sign and trade. He is on the Heat now for a 4-year, $141 million contract.
I was confused. I was
Why?
very confused
I was
why he
so
chose
happy.
the Heat.
No,
That-
I'm
I like the Heat because I like the Heat as a team. I love the Heat as a team.
No, I get why.
I wish they
just-
would have done this
I
a
know-
year earlier so Wade was still on the Heat.
Yeah.
Hey,
Because-
all right. Wade said that he would only come out of retirement if Jimmy Butler signed with the Heat. So
He's not coming out of retirement.
After that last dance tour, he's not coming back.
Th-
That'd be
no
so
one wants to do
awkward.
that
Like, he
again. Yeah.
thought-
That would be so awkward.
Yeah, that was
he's like, I'm back.
yeah. No, they're gonna have to
but
figure
that's
it
the thing,
out
like
somehow.
Wade isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
They
But
traded
I
Whiteside.
get
Is
why.
Dragic-
Dragic is probably
Yeah.
going to get traded because this deal had to have happened if Jimmy Butler knows that they're going to make another sort of deal.
There's nothing.
There's nothing
they
left.
nothing
What are
out
they
there.
gonna
Bradley
do?
because Bradley Beal's been
Oh, yeah,
in a
dude.
lot of trade talks. If they
But
go
they-
for Bradley Beal, then they're going to be
How much
contenders in
bench
the
will
East.
they have to give up for that though?
A lot. Probably
Yeah.
going to have to give up Winslow.
They're not gonna
and
have anybody.
Dragic.
They're not gonna have anybody. So
Yeah,
they don't want to. They don't want Dragic. Like Dragic doesn't want to be there anymore.
I
so-
mean, the Wizards are basically in panic mode right now, so they might make a trade they should.
I think if once John Wall gets healthy, if Bradley
Yeah.
Beal's able to stay there, then I think they're a good team.
yeah, just wait for John Wall. Everyone's forgetting about him.
He's good.
I
The
just
Achilles might take away a little bit of his athleticism.
Which is like
it's
9.
still
Which
John
is
Wall though.
like 100% of why he's good.
No, but it's
but
still John Wall.
It's going to
It's
take
not-
he's going to be at like 90, 85,
He's-
90%, which is still better
He's
than
still a great
95% of point
passer.
guards.
He can shoot, kind of.
Now he's gotten better at shooting.
He has more of a jumper. He's still explosive as
He's an
hell.
all-star.
He can do everything.
Yeah, no, it would definitely benefit them to get Beal, but it's a very
And
it would be a
still
very
get it, still
costly
get it.
trade. It would be a very
There's been some reports. I don't know if they're true. I don't trust anything unless it's Woj Shams
Yeah.
because it's just not reliable. They don't have sources.
I
They say
do-
they have sources, but they
yeah.
don't. But there have been reports
Sources
that
say.
John Wall and Bradley Beal, if they get if Bradley Beal gets traded, then John Wall would likely be in that trade.
Yeah, probably.
So if he goes to the Heat, then Dragic would someone be there, and that is a dang good big three.
that would be crazy. But
Beal, Wall,
I doubt
and
it.
Butler. That
I doubt
front
it though.
court, or that,
Why
that
would you
back court,
give away
Woo.
the only good like part of your
Yeah.
So then they just tank.
John Wall is still
That's
pretty
why.
young, so
you don't want to lose.
you don't
money
want to
like
lose
that.
Wall yet. He's still decently young. Like he can still.
He's entering he's going into his 30s,
He
which
that's
is when athletic point guards really start to decline.
How old is John Wall?
I
28.
he's 28.
Yeah,
so
so
he has
but-
That's like
good
prime.
years.
yeah,
His prime.
so okay,
Yeah.
yeah, but after an Achilles, which is the
Still.
killer of careers,
Yeah, it debilitated Kobe, but it doesn't mean it's the same.
not just
thing.
Kobe, everyone,
he's
everyone's gotten
28.
Achilles is killed.
No,
So
but
it's not
when
like-
did it happen to Kobe? He was older than
Yeah,
that.
he was like 35.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
so-
not talking about
yeah.
Kobe. I'm talking about everyone
Who?
else who's gotten
Who
Who
Achilles.
else? Who else does that actually?
First,
happen
Isaiah
to?
Thomas.
Well, I get,
But
but
he
he's
also
like,
had the hip issue, so
Yeah.
it wasn't. It
No,
wasn't
the
in-
first Isaiah Thomas, not
Oh,
the new
that.
one.
Oh.
The first one.
the
Yeah, the
Isaiah
Pistons,
without
Pistons,
the
bad
A,
boy
yeah.
Pistons, Isaiah Thomas. Towards
Okay.
Achilles,
What age?
that was the same. I don't remember, but I know it was. Like
But that was
30,
when
31,
med-
which is a decent young
No,
age.
but now medical advances happened since then.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
in football, it's not as bad, but in basketball, Achilles is
It's
still pretty bad.
yes, but it's more likely that it's better now.
Like they can heal Achilles way.
yeah,
faster.
it's they're better at it now. The longer, like the sooner.
I would rather trade John because he doesn't fit their timeline either.
Why?
Because they're not they would be good, but that's gonna be next year because he's not gonna play this year either.
Yeah, he could. He could. They said that he could come back. Yeah.
No, because he was already hurt to begin with, and then he tore his Achilles.
No, they said he could. Can you look it up?
yeah.
I'm
I don't-
fairly certain he said like
Who?
there's a chance that like at the end of the year he could
Which
play.
one?
Yeah,
do you
but
want
then
me to
why? If they're not good, then why?
John Wall. Okay.
If they're not good, which they won't be, then why?
I mean, they could. They still have like
John
decent.
Wall what?
They got IT. You know, maybe IT like shows up.
I don't think.
If
I think
IT
the
does
Wizards
like
need to
50
blow it
points
up.
per game,
I
they're
think-
fine.
I think the Wizards need to blow. I just think they need to blow it up.
John Wall what? What do you want to see?
Like
about
if
him?
he's like available to play this season. I'm fairly certain I've seen that somewhere he's can play. Like there's a chance.
He expects to start jogging in. This was an old report, but he was supposed to be jogging 2 weeks after that. So and this was a
After the Achilles?
yeah.
No way.
That means
Yeah.
it wasn't a full entire tear.
he had surgery.
That
Yeah,
yeah
well, yeah.
yeah it's saying after recovering expects to in January he was expecting to start jogging in 2 weeks. This was late January, so he is gonna be ready for next year.
But I feel like sometime like at the end. Like this
If I don't, I think if they're not good, I don't think
like after
they
the
need to
All-Star
play him.
break maybe.
If they're not good, I just don't think they need to take a risk
Why?
on playing him.
No, you don't give away. You don't just trade away like 2 All-Stars. Your team is gonna. The
Yeah,
fans
it's gonna
will just
s-
hate that.
It's gonna suck, but then I think they need to blow it up. They're
Why?
not because
They're
they're not gonna be
fine.
good. They're not gonna be good.
They will be
That's
good
why.
if they get them back.
The last season, John Wall was healthy. They still finished as the 8th seed.
Yeah, and they've gotten better. So
No, they haven't. They got way worse. They lost so many people.
what's his name? Bryant, I think is his name. What's his
Yeah,
name?
okay, yeah,
Like,
they
he's
re-
shown up like he shows
Yeah.
like he's like really
Yeah,
good.
they,
Like,
they
he's
re-signed
shown-
him, but okay, they traded for Bobby Portis, and then they lost him. They traded Otto Porter away. They
Yeah,
lost
Otto Porter
almost
was
all of their bench.
They got a lot of cap space because of that. Otto Porter was ridiculous.
I wouldn't want to go to DC.
They got IT too. You know, I have faith in IT.
I have faith in IT if he's in the right situation, but I just
Yeah,
don't-
he's going to be starting.
yeah, he's gonna be a starter until Wall comes back if he does come back.
I feel like he's gonna be ready at the beginning of the year. I mean that's
John Wall.
Yeah.
No way.
No,
No
Achilles
way.
take at least a year to fit.
They're
Full
already
deal.
saying that he was jogging back
Just
in
because you're
February.
jogging doesn't mean you're ready for NBA games.
NBA games are ridiculous.
There's no way.
Check like another one.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at a newer one.
But
Okay,
I
hold
think
on.
they're fine. Like
How
they
did
they
we
don't
get-
need it. You
You
don't
get
need
from
it.
Jimmy Butler to
I don't
Because
I
of the
don't
trade.
want it.
The
But you
Wizards.
don't need to be a championship contender every year. Sometimes it's just good to just be good, and they can be with John Wall and Beal.
Yeah, I think they can.
And
If,
then they'll
if
get
John Wall
a
was
lot of fans.
if John Wall was healthy this year, I'd be okay with
No,
it. But he's
next
gonna
year.
take another year to become fully
Even
John
next
Wall.
year.
He's gonna be so rusty.
next year
because it's
something.
been a full year since he played. He barely played last season either. So
Even-
he's gonna be super rusty. So it's gonna be the next
gonna
year,
have
like the
time.
Nets, how their next
Yeah, so
that
they will be
2020
group
Okay,
good next year.
mobility wise, he has his brace off. So this was June 24th. He was spotted at a Washington Mystics game without the brace, and he was jogging. So I think he might be missed like 1 or 2 months, but no more than that.
No, Achilles take at least a year.
Yeah, so then it would be
1
during
or 2
the season.
months.
Because he got it in
Not
like the
1 or
middle
2
season,
months.
He
Season
tore it
starts
a
in the middle
while
of
ago.
October.
Right? No,
and
wait.
it
So
ends
he
January.
tore it in like mid.
Yeah,
Mid-season, right?
he tore it. No, when did he tear it?
In
Mid-season.
January.
Yeah, so he would
Yeah.
come in January.
I wouldn't rush it. If I was Wizards, I wouldn't rush it back. Because
No,
if
don't
they're-
rush him back.
If,
He'll just be
if,
fine.
if they're not good, then I don't think that if they don't have
Okay,
a shot
sure.
at a playoff spot,
It
then
doesn't
I don't think
matter.
that-
We can't predict how he'll heal.
I just
The
wanna
next-
say, if they're not in the playoffs, if they don't have a chance to the playoffs, I wouldn't play it. That's just my opinion.
Bro.
Because there's no reason to risk another injury.
All right, but the another person who signed was Kemba Walker, who is basically Kyrie's replacement for the Celtics.
It's a
And
downgrade.
a little
but
bit of a downgrade, but the locker room presence he brings.
great guy. He's loyal, so he's probably going to be there for a long, probably like his career.
Like we said, he's loyal. Like, he switched teams, but I mean, it's Charlotte.
He
Come on.
he
Yeah.
switched
He had to
teams
switch
because
teams.
he tried to stay.
He
with
tried
Charlotte. It
so
didn't work.
stupid hard to stay in
He
Charlotte.
said he would take a pay cut, and then he's like, "Wait, no, that's
That's
stupid."
retarded. That's dumb. If he
That's
did that,
so
I would
dumb.
actually just
Yeah, no, because he
Fired
was
him.
eligible for the Supermax. So
don't. Yeah, no. What an idiot if he did that. But
I
he's
think
tried
it's-
to be loyal there.
I think it's a good deal. The Celtics got Enes Kanter to replace Al Horford, which is Kanter's he's good at offense and rebounding. He just doesn't play defense.
yeah.
But
And I just hate him so much.
yeah.
He thinks he's like the best player of all time. And it pisses me off.
he messed up or he tried to like mock Kyrie
yeah,
in
that
his
was,
introductory press
bro, I hate
conference.
him
That was
so
hilarious.
much. I hate penis cancer. I mean, Enes Kanter. I mean, penis cancer. I mean, no, Enes Kanter.
okay, all right. No, he's,
No, Enes Kanter. No, penis cancer. Yeah. No, I'm going with that.
Okay,
That's
Ishan?
his name.
We know. Okay. Yeah, he's annoying, and that's just how it is. He'll probably start because Horford left.
He's gonna get replaced by
Yeah.
Taco Fall.
I honestly
games
think that they're.
I hope so.
I honestly
I hope-
think they're going
I
to be
hope he
6
just
through 8
gets-
seeds
gets
for
so
the
bad.
Celtics.
I think they'll be a little higher because I think the chemistry is gonna be way better. Jalen Rose said they're gonna be a second seed, which is
Yeah, that's
No,
But
they draw.
I think
They're
they'll
definitely
they'll,
I love
they'll
my guy
be
Jalen, but that's
4
too
to
much.
7.
I'm
with
I'm
that.
gonna say 6 seed. That's where they stand because right now they basically have gone through like a whole platoon swap of players, and besides
Because they also
besides
lost
the
Marcus
young
Morris.
one, the young players, they don't.
They signed Carson Edwards, who I really like. I think he's already better than Terry Rozier. He's
I just
think
blanked
Carson
out.
Edwards goat.
Rozier was good when Kyrie was out. He only shows up when there's like some other problem. Otherwise, he's kind of.
But I
bad.
think the Celtics they needed to get Kemba Walker
Yeah.
because Kyrie was gone.
I don't.
Like,
It's
halfway
actually
through the
very impressive that they replaced the All-Star with an All-Star point guard.
Yeah. It's just this is the best they could do. The other person they could have tried to get was D'Angelo, but he obviously signed with the Warriors.
Yeah, he went to the Dub Nation. But I like the Kemba Walker sign. I really like it. I
Yeah.
thought it's an underrated signing because everyone knew it was going to happen. Everyone already knows it's
Yeah.
happening. But I thought they needed a guy who is going to help in the locker room. It wasn't Kyrie Irving's fault that the locker room was bad.
The issue
'cause
was everyone
media,
blamed
the
him, yeah.
media.
He
screwed
got
everything up
pressured
'cause
so hard.
The media blamed him for everything. They kept asking him about his free agency, and then that eventually just pushed him out of Boston. Like that,
Yeah.
the
It's
media. has
completely
more-
the fans
Additionally,
that make
he
it
just
fault.
didn't like being in Boston.
Nah,
in the sense that-
yeah, but that's because of the
The-
media.
the media-
and the fans.
the media crucified him every time he did something wrong.
Even like the fans.
When he did something good,
Like,
they didn't say anything
yeah.
because he's
Yeah.
supposed to be good, but he was always good.
Yeah.
The best
I
season of
know.
his career, and they thought he was terrible.
Yeah. So
But
It was not his fault.
It wasn't Kyrie Irving's fault. The locker room was bad by any means.
Yeah.
It's just the atmosphere around the team was just so toxic
Yeah.
because of
They
how
just got
they
unlucky
didn't live
pretty
up to the expectations because
just
everyone was,
fire all the
everyone
media
was
members,
healthy.
to be honest.
Everyone was healthy.
Yeah.
So everyone was like, okay, it's just gonna be Celtics and Warriors in the finals. I mean,
That's what it
just
looked like, but
don't even try.
yeah,
But
that was
then,
Kawhi's
they-
whole thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't live up to the expectation. So that screwed them up.
Yeah.
And the media crucified them for not living up to the expectation.
Yeah.
So last signing,
Uh-huh.
which I think might have been one of the worst signings, was Tobias Harris.
Oh
5
my
years,
God.
180 million. And it's not a bad signing because of the player Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris is a very good player. I thought if he
I don't
stayed-
think he's worth that much.
he's not worth 180 million. And it wasn't even like a necessary overpay
And
because
No.
because you could have given him a little bit less than that. Like,
And
that is
additionally, the
lot.
76ers are eventually going to have to pay their younger players, and it is going to be a serious
well,
problem.
they extended.
They extended
Simmons.
Ben Simmons 5 year 170.
Same as Jamal.
Same as Jamal Murray. I guess we'll talk about that as well.
But isn't there another? There's another.
No, they extended.
Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
I think they extended
Embiid
him.
doesn't have a. I think he's still on his
No
rookie.
way.
No, wait, he's still on his rookie deal. I'm pretty sure he has an extension.
Let's do some googling. shall
But they got Josh Richardson in the signing
that's
trade, which I
actually-
think is very good. I think Josh Richardson is very nice. He's a
I just don't think they should have let go. Butler, if you're gonna let go of him, Tobias Harris is
well,
not.
they didn't like they offered him the max. They offered him 5
we?
180
yeah,
and they
Joel has
Butler
a max
just
extension.
yeah, you got a max. Yeah. So they locked up that core, Simmons and Embiid.
Yeah.
So Simmons, Embiid, and Tobias are locked.
Yeah.
And they got Al Horford.
Yeah, but like he's not. Oh, he's also a max, right?
No, his is like I think his is the same year as Kawhi, 3 years 109 or
Okay.
3 103, something like that.
Yeah.
But that's a good team. I think they're 1 seed. But I
yeah,
just-
maybe.
I just
don't
think
know.
I don't hate that
they're
signing of Tobias
overrated
Harris.
still, though.
You what?
They're overrated still.
Yeah, they're over. I don't know.
I don't think. I just don't think you
I
can.
think Joel Embiid is overrated. I don't think that them as a team is overrated.
No, like over because Ben Simmons is the most overrated player I think in the East.
Why? Why do you think he's overrated?
I don't know. He's just so easy to stop in the playoffs. That's like he's not like I don't know. I just don't feel safe if I were them.
Yeah.
I
If
think
him
he
being my
might be a
starting
little,
point
he might
guard
be a
in the
little
playoffs.
overrated right now, but he has
He's not
a
going
chance
to
to
increase
improve.
his.
No, he's. I feel like he's hit his ceiling because just
No, he's in his second
No,
year.
I don't think he hit his
Calm
ceiling.
down.
That good.
Whoa,
I don't think he
whoa.
hit
He's
his
an
ceiling.
all-star.
I'm saying.
Second
he's
year
an
in the
all-star
NBA.
of the East.
Second year. His second year
Hold
as
up,
an all-star.
Okay, I am not saying that he is. I'm saying that I don't think he's going to improve his shot.
He has a chance to improve his shot. If he does improve his shot,
He's
he's going
shown
to be really
nothing.
good.
No
the only issue
improvement.
is he still shoots threes even though his shot isn't good.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. That's the problem. He has to build up the confidence to shoot threes, because his shooting form looks like he's right-handed, but he shoots with his left hand. That's
Yeah,
the
it's
problem.
disgusting.
I think isn't he naturally right-handed? I'm
I
sure,
probably-
or
I
he's
have no
he's either
idea.
naturally right-handed or he's ambidextrous, but he does everything with his right hand. So I think he just switched to his right hand
Yeah.
because it just looks I think if he switches to his right hand, that'll fix everything because he shoots more with his right hand too. He goes right more. He
I don't
shoots more hook shots with his right hand. In the paint, he shoots more with his right hand.
I just don't think it's possible. If he's shown nothing, oh crap! If he's shown nothing throughout like these 2 years, whatever, of improving that shot, I don't think it's happening.
Yeah,
I just-
I
like
think
Lonzo kind of has shown, like even though the stats don't show it, like at least like he's had games that he showed it.
Yeah.
Simmons hasn't. So if he hadn't made a three through 2 years, and Mason Plumlee made one, I'd think
Two
made two.
in 1 year.
and Embiid just sort of sucks in the playoffs. Like it's hard to trust him. in the
He had a
playoffs.
couple good games last year, but I mean, I'm
sucked
not,
last year,
I'm
but
not gonna make it.
I'm not gonna. He could be good in the
He
playoffs.
sucked because he was injured
I
and
understand
he was
that,
like sick
but
most of the time. But that's also the reason why I don't trust him because he's always hurt.
yeah.
But
And
like
it's
I'm
been
not
like
really
that
worried about him.
since the
I'm not-
second
I'm not-
he was
I'm-
drafted.
I'm not worried about Embiid. It's
Yeah,
just
I'm not-
the Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons, I
If
don't
he
think.
if he can just
shoot.
if he can shoot
Mid-range.
30% from
There's
three,
no way he'll be able to do
30% from
No,
three.
not 3-point. Let him at least hit like decent amount of mid-range shots.
Yeah, I
Like
just-
he can't just
I
live
just-
in the
I
paint.
mean, he's kind of improved on there, but
I
like-
think he has. I think he's a top 10 point guard in the league.
that. Yeah, okay.
he's
100%.
a
He's
an
point
all-star, so
yeah.
yeah.
But
He's
he
an all-star. He has a chance at being all NBA.
Yeah, but he's not like just the playoffs. Like regular season, fine, but when you have so much time to game plan for him, it's so easy to take him away.
But that's the thing. He could also get a reasonable jumper.
Why?
If he gets
How?
a reasonable jumper.
How do you go from 0% to like really
Literally
good?
just you just practice like 100 threes a day. and you will get to that point.
He's
where you
not
make
gonna
a
do
consistent
that.
amount.
He's unfortunately very complacent with like how he's playing.
If you could just get it through his head, like, okay, shoot a couple threes.
Maybe they're not trying to
he
make him
shoots,
shoot.
shoots 3 twos a game, or 2 threes a game, shoots 2 threes a game, and he shoots 30% from 3 on the season.
He's not.
I think that'll be
Go for you
Good.
think you can go from 0
Yeah,
to 30%?
no,
that's
in one
2 out of 6.
Yeah, but
That's
that's
possible.
That's a 1-year turner. That's not
Okay, wait.
one.
So
off-
2 out of 6 total the entire year.
Yeah, you
No,
think he's
no.
only gonna shoot 6?
What?
No, that's 33% is 2 out of 6, which is not like when you shoot 2 out of 6, you're like, oh, that's a terrible shooting
If he's lucky, he'll make 1-3 next year.
night. You guys
He's
are way
horrible.
too hard on him.
He hasn't made
Jesus.
a 3, Rashid.
I
If he-
think he can't. I think he has the potential to.
Mason Plumlee has made more threes than him.
Can you
And
believe that?
Mason Plumlee is not nearly as good as Ben Simmons.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he's a better shooter.
but Plumlee is not a shooter at
He
all.
obviously is a better shooter.
Plumlee,
Okay, well, one of the threes was literally desperation because he had to shoot it.
who cares?
And the other one was a
He
pull up
still
because we
made
were
it.
up 30.
It
And
doesn't
he
matter.
made it.
He still made it.
Why hasn't Ben Simmons done that?
Simmons just doesn't shoot him either.
Okay, I think he shot like 8 threes last year, which is more than his rookie year.
But they were like half court.
No,
like,
he had a couple pull up threes.
Well, yeah, one of them almost went in. I saw that. But that doesn't mean anything. 0%.
0%. That is not gonna go. That is not.
I'm not saying next year he has to be Steph Curry. I'm saying over the course of his career, if he can develop a 3-point shot,
The chance
he
of that-
doesn't have to
who-
go from 0% to
He
37
lives
next
in the
year.
paint. He's 6'10".
And we've shown, and people have shown that that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, but in the playoffs.
Yeah, in the playoffs it doesn't
Sure,
work.
it
It's
did
so
show.
easy to take away.
But I mean, I guess they didn't have to do the Embiid at full.
They didn't have
So-
the NBA at full strength. They took the NBA champions to 7 games.
Yeah.
Just think about that.
But it wasn't because of Ben Simmons.
But it was
wasn't-
because Butler played well.
Yeah, Butler, everyone played well.
Yeah,
And there was a-
everyone but
yeah.
Embiid played well.
and Simmons.
yeah.
But if those two could play well in the playoffs, if Ben Simmons, yeah, he doesn't have a shot and he still averaged like 17, 18 points a game.
That's it.
What do you mean that's it? He didn't shoot us. He didn't make
He
a single
shot
three.
He shot 15 threes in his 3 years of playing.
Well, that's gonna be like a half court. No, that's like a desperation.
Yeah,
three.
that's a desperation one. That's another desperation.
That's a
one.
desperation.
No, this is a normal three.
Oh,
See, he just
Oh,
yeah, that was just a complete brick.
No, I think if in the next 3 years, if by the time he gets
it's in and out. His
by
his
the
weird
time
relief-
he gets to his 5th year, if he can shoot 35%, that's 3 years.
Who's been like that? Who's just been like
Brooke Lopez.
Brooke Lopez?
Brooke Lopez
How
went
long
from
is it?
0% to almost
How long
40.
did that take?
Like literally 2 seasons.
What?
Literally 2
Let me
seasons.
Google this.
He went from shooting 0 threes a game to like 3, and then he went to
Let me
5, and then he went to
see.
7 this year.
Let me see, but I don't think he was like a bad shooter.
70% of
He
all these threes are desperation 3-pointers. That means he really does not want to shoot them.
Yeah, he doesn't because he didn't have to. Because he had JJ Redick coming off screens the whole time. He had
Lopez.
Joel Embiid in the post in the
But
regular
that's
season.
not gonna work.
Now he has
next
Al
year.
Horford with him as well.
Okay, I'm
The
looking
spacing
up,
on that
I'm
team is
looking
gonna
up
be incredible.
stats.
Horford's okay.
I'm looking up stats.
I don't know.
Okay, I mean,
What do you mean it took 2 years? It took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
No, okay.
7, 8, 9,
at when he-
9 years to get to 35%.
okay, but look at when he started shooting threes.
Who?
Why? Why would that matter?
Because he went from like 0% and then he suddenly jumped to a certain percentage. So it's possible.
Okay,
That's
when
what
he
I'm saying.
started, I guess it
And
was
this
1,
is a weird
2,
example
3,
because Brook
4,
Lopez was a
5.
good shooter.
It took 5 years to get it.
Yes, see, so I'm saying by his 5th year, if he can start shooting threes.
No, but he's not.
He's not gonna start shooting.
No,
threes.
How do you know that? That's 3 years down the line.
He's definitely not going to
Why?
because
If he's so bad.
because his stats are still like decent. He's completely okay with not
Yeah,
shooting.
I bet you he's
he
probably
will
just like fine
not.
with it.
He will never go to the 3-pointer.
You cannot say that. You
I
cannot
doubt
say
it.
nothing will ever happen. You know
The chance of that happening is very
It's
slow.
so low because the only time he really ever shoots.
people are
threes is for
going to
desperate-
tell him. If he
People are
stays,
gonna
if he
tell
stays,
him-
if he stays at this level his entire career, something has to click in his mind. If it doesn't, then yeah.
What if
then
he
he's
just
just doomed.
can't shoot?
He's just it
There are
seems like
players
he's
like that.
happy with it.
There are players that just can't shoot. Like their form is just not fixable. It happens.
Every form is fixable. You go to lethal shooter, he'll fix your form in like a week.
I don't know. Whatever. Well, we're way off topic.
Yeah.
Go back.
No, this but
It's less off. It's less off topic
he,
than normal.
he has
Normally we
six,
go
he
from,
has
like, the
16,
Warriors
8, and
some-
7. So
He's
he's
16, 8, and 7 in his second year
Yes,
in the NBA. Do you
no,
understand how good that
that's
is?
good.
Do you
So that,
understand how
no, that's the
freaking
point.
good
That's
that
the
is?
point.
He has no reason to go to the 3. So he
That'll
won't.
make the team so much better.
But he's not
If someone
going
gets
to.
it through his head that he can, if he shoot threes, you will become better. You will be able to make your team better. You're gonna be able to. You might be able to win a championship based on how good you shoot the three.
He's
Well,
complacent
this
with his
man
consistency, and
was-
that's what's gonna kill him in the end.
He was at
He
14 points per game in the playoffs.
He's happy with it. He
14
really
points
is.
as a 58% free throw shooter too as your point guard.
That also hurts.
No, yeah,
him.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's a good shooter. Never said he was a good shooter. I never said
But
he was good in
how
the playoffs.
then how could you even think that he could get a good 3-pointer?
Because development. He's in his second year in the NBA. He's in his second full season in the NBA.
But it doesn't
Do you
just,
really
like,
think
magically
NBA trainers
happen.
are going to tell him, yeah, you will never ever need a 3-point shot. They will
No,
get it
'cause he
through his head.
practices it.
No.
Yeah.
You see him practice
Yeah,
it.
But he's-
so
literally
at
nothing's
some
happened.
point he just has to get comfortable shooting it in a game. In 3 seasons, if he doesn't get comfortable shooting in a game, then you can tell me I was wrong. Until then, I will stand by. I will say that until
Brook Lopez took 9.
Yeah. So
Brook Lopez took 9 because he was an all-star and he was like
Yeah,
considered.
yeah.
What's Ben
He was
Simmons?
Yeah.
considered the best center in the league at some points because
Okay,
he
it
was
wasn't-
a 20 and 10 double machine.
He wasn't considered the best center. He was considered like one of the best. Like
Yeah, one of the best.
he was the best player on his team.
Yeah, and he was an all-star and he was all NBA and he was able
That's
to.
pretty much Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons.
He's one of the best point guards.
Yeah, okay,
he's
Brook
an
Lopez is
all-star.
in his 9th year right now,
He
correct?
could be an All NBA.
Brook Lopez is in his 9th year right now.
No, he's
correct?
in like past that. I think it took 9 years for him to start shooting.
Oh,
Yeah, he didn't even. That's the issue. He's
It took
they're
Brook
essentially the
Lopez
same
1,
type
2,
of player.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years to start shooting.
Yeah,
And then 9 years to get to past 15% from 3.
he's not.
okay, but Brook Lopez was a good shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Ben Simmons isn't.
yeah.
But
So-
do you really think that he can never become a good shooter?
Maybe in
The
his
chance is
last
small.
year of playing in the NBA, yes.
Maybe
yeah.
9 years.
9 years. Let's say 9 years.
I think in 5 years he's gonna be able to be that good. I don't know.
That is
there is a chance for him to be that
Brook
good.
Lopez is always a decent free throw shooter too.
if he's gonna
So-
keep making this type of money with the stats he's putting up, there's no reason for him to feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Okay, he's already a top 10 point guard in the NBA.
$170 million dollars.
He's
If
All-star.
he gets that complacent and he's that okay with just being like a fringe
Why
all-star and
wouldn't
a
he?
fringe
His stats are
All-NBA.
good.
Okay, yeah, but he wants. If any NBA player that is that good wants to win a championship, that means they're going to do as much as they can to get better. If he doesn't, then yeah, you can tell me that I was wrong. But he has to. There is no way that a player of his caliber right now is not going to be that good. Because Brook Lopez in his second year in the NBA was not an all-star.
In his 2 years, his stats are nearly identical.
No, I'm not. Wait. Hold up. He can be better than Brook Lopez. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm saying that Brook Lopez.
He's a
Brook
point
Lopez
guard.
was
It's a whole
complacent
different thing.
later in his career, in like the middle portion of his career, he was complacent with not shooting threes because he was already good. But then when he realized that the NBA was changing and he kind of had to develop a 3-point shot, he
So why
started to
hasn't-
develop
Then
a
why
3-point
hasn't
shot.
Ben Simmons already started that?
Because
He's been
okay,
practicing and
he's
nothing has
practicing. He
happened.
just has to get comfortable shooting in a game. He never needed to shoot a 3 based on the style that his team played.
Yeah. Well,
Now they don't have JJ Redick anymore. Josh Richardson's not nearly the shooter JJ Redick was.
yeah. No, it's
He has to develop a 3, and he will develop a 3 over the next 3 seasons. 100% guaranteed.
he might shoot a few more, but
Slap
he's not
bet.
gonna.
Slap bet. It is on video. Slap bet. If Ben Simmons shoots 35% from 3 by his 5th year in the NBA,
Yeah, I'm
you
not
can
gonna
slap me.
remember that.
You too.
I'm not gonna remember
I will
that.
bet
None
both
of us
you.
are gonna remember that.
Well, just in case we do. Our sound guy remembers it.
for 5 years. When I'm
For 3 years.
what
3 years.
said-
When we're probably
in
all
his
gonna
fifth
be in
seasons.
different places.
so I'll probably be here.
Yeah. I will fly from college to get slapped.
I'll be like a senior in college. So I don't
It's-
know.
Why is Tyler? Oh, it's not actually Tyler. I had a notification that Tyler Lydon started following me, but it's a fan account for Tyler Lydon.
Oh wow.
But
Bro, I wish Tyler.
it is following what we're seeing. It is extremely unlikely that he gets good at
It's his
threes.
second year. You can't say that you can never judge anyone after the second year. You have to give them the opportunity
9
to improve.
years.
Yeah, let's give him 9 years, and then we can.
I'm giving him 3.
No,
I'm
no
giving
way.
him until his 5th year, which is when his rookie contract would have been up.
his
It'll be
play.
like the
You have to give him a chance at least.
No,
chance.
You have
I
got to
don't,
give
I
him
don't
a
see it
chance.
happening
I'm
at
not. First,
all.
and disclaimer: I'm not a Ben Simmons hater.
Yeah, I like him.
He's a
I
good player.
Yeah, he's
He's
decent.
cool guy. He deserved Rookie of the Year, but he can't shoot. That's a fact.
I don't see him getting a 3. Maybe a mid range, sure, but
mid-range. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't see him getting a 3 at all ever. That's really
A
my
lot of players just get a mid-range and don't get a 3.
Yeah.
It's common.
Yeah, okay.
because really that's his growth. That's what he'll probably want. He's not gonna want to.
Yeah,
shoot
mid-range
threes,
will help him
yeah.
a lot.
Mid range will literally make him not one dimensional and just
Okay, whatever.
be.
Can we get
All right. So
That was
this will
way off?
Okay.
Wow.
we went up to Tobias Harris being a bad money signing. So how Ben Simmons for some reason will never get a 3.
Because it just logically makes sense.
It just
No, it doesn't. It makes no sense.
there's
It makes
nothing,
perfect sense.
There's nothing that
If-
points
okay,
to the other
if I'm like
direction.
if I'm just like so bad at something, right? I'm so bad.
Then you would strive to improve at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, let's say, let me think of something. So, okay.
He still has to stay good at all the other stuff that he does.
He literally, the only thing he has to think about is basketball. Do you really think he won't spend 3 hours in the gym a day doing everything else, and then the last 20 minutes of practice just shooting threes?
Well, clearly he's been.
He
doing
he yeah.
Yeah, he has been. He just has to get comfortable shooting it. It's just a mentality. Because he's been shooting threes in practice, shooting threes. He has a wide open 3.
But he's-
his ability to make
he's
it.
sucking in practice
Yeah,
too.
he's
so-
sucking in practice. He's not going
in
to do
shoot
well in the
arounds. He
game.
makes his
No,
threes.
look at if you look. There's like a couple videos of shoot rounds. They're so depressing. Like I can make more threes easily with my eyes closed.
The few threes that he seriously
'Cause
like
he will-
shot,
he
like
will
he
go-
decided to shoot. I just looked at the video. He has like epically missed basically all of them.
He'll like there's the shoot rounds where he'll go across the entire 3-point line like a couple times and I'll make him one shot. How is that even possible?
just
I
you
feel like
have to
I
give-
feel like even if Shaq were to do that, he would make
Yeah,
it.
You have to give him more time. I just don't think you can give
Why?
him 2 years. It's 2 seasons. 2.
No.
But it's like a
No,
big.
but you're saying that not only is he going to develop a mid range, but he's also going to develop a 3.
That is
just
very possible.
No, it's not.
Every single day you go in the gym, you shoot mid-range and threes without also doing everything else. 100 million, thousand,
I'm-
bajillion
no,
percent
I'm-
you can do that.
I'm
It's
fairly certain he's
liter-
been doing that. As
Yeah, he has.
He
since
just
the second
has to get comfortable shooting it. He didn't shoot many mid-ranges
How
last
does
year.
how
He didn't
does
shoot many
comfortability
threes last year.
change if he keeps doing the same thing and nothing changes? That's not going to change.
What?
No, if he's
What did
not
you just say?
if he's not comfortable now and he's gonna keep shooting those practice shots and he's still missing them, then that's pointless.
Yeah, what's that gonna do? Keep bricking it, but if you're more confident, you make it. What?
Yeah, that's not.
Okay, if he improves his form, if he changes something, if he gets it through his head that he has to shoot threes,
Yeah,
to get,
that was
he will.
that was the same argument with Lonzo that he should change his form, but he didn't.
It's 2 seasons.
So
2 seasons.
you could easily change it beforehand.
No, he could have already
seasons.
done it. He could have already done it. He had the option to.
2 seasons. You have to give him more time.
He has
Yeah. For like, to
He has
like,
been put in the
He's
perfect
21
possession.
years old. You have to give him more time to improve.
but he's
You cannot-
a zero. He is
No.
zero.
He
That's
has shot
freaking ridiculous.
15 threes in his career, and all of them he's missed. Most of them desperation.
You cannot make a judgment of an entire person's career after 15 shots.
But it's
how can
basically-
you say
we're
in
comparing
the future?
it.
No, how can you say
Think of some other
Okay.
player. You
Leave,
said Brook Lopez.
leave in the comments if you think Ben Simmons is going to be able to judge a
Okay,
3, and I'll
yeah.
see how terribly wrong you
Okay,
guys are.
you said Brook Lopez,
Yeah.
and obviously you were wrong with that. So give me another example of a player
who's
who
someone
can-
who's actually developed. Like,
who's like a zero, like is so bad at threes.
I know that there is someone. I
Think.
think I think TJ Warren. Because he's very good at threes now, and I know for
I'll
a
look
fact
it up,
earlier in his
I'll
career
look
he
it up, I'll
was
look it
not good. I
I'll look it up.
think
I know, I'm
I'll
still
look-
looking.
I think
I'll
it's
look it
either
up.
TJ
I'll
Warren
look it
or
up.
someone else on the Suns. But I don't remember who it was. I don't remember who it was. It was either TJ Warren or someone else on the Suns.
God damn.
I know, but it's easier for
Bro,
me to
no,
see, so I
it's
can
not, you
see what
bitch.
you're looking at.
What's the time?
Okay.
Jesus. Okay.
No,
We
we're
gotta-
fine.
we
We're
gotta
fine.
start-
That's
start
fine.
moving
Okay.
on.
Okay.
If we didn't
okay.
rant about this, we would have not have enough stuff.
No, he was a 24 and 24%.
He's
shooter.
always been
How many
rather
attempts per
decent.
game?
Like one.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the next year he was
it's like-
40%, but
yes,
it was only one.
He jumped 16%.
But it was one more shot per
Yeah,
game.
it's
Yeah,
not.
that's
And
what
then
I'm saying.
and then
If
it
he
went
just
then it went
slowly
back to
improves.
what 227.
But it would
and
never
then it went
started
to
at
22.
zero, Rishi. It didn't start at 0. That's the
He
thing.
has a chance.
He
to
started
improve.
off.
He started with
clearly-
the
clearly
23.
he could shoot something.
Yeah,
Like
he
was
had a shot. The
he could make
difference.
free throws even. Like he had something.
The difference is Ben Simmons literally cannot shoot at all, and you're saying he can.
So
He's going to be able to
clearly
make threes.
TJ Warren
In
showed
3
something.
seasons.
It's a different
If
type.
you get in the gym and just do it for like 2 hours a day, you're gonna be able to.
I
do
feel
it.
like that's
With
what he's
NBA
doing,
Training
though.
in an NBA facility.
He's already doing that, and it's
an
not
off
working.
season. He's not gonna work this hard in the off season. During the season, if he does it,
Why would you not do it in the off season? That's what he
it's
wanted.
off
to.
season. He
But you have to
would.
freaking-
If I'm saying if
If
he
you want to
does,
go from 0 to 35, yeah. You have to do
in
it in the
3 years, that doesn't mean he doesn't have to go from 0 to 35 this year.
Yeah,
He goes from 0 to
so
20 this year, then 25, then he makes
20
another
is
jump.
a big jump. Just go to 0 to 20.
Think about this.
It's
Kenneth
one for
Faried
every
is a
5.
similar height, and
No, he's
in
not.
in
Wait, he's like
he's
oh,
like
is he?
6'8", 6. Yeah, he's 6'8".
wow.
They're a similar height, and essentially it was the same thing. He's like.
But I mean, like Ben Simmons is a point guard.
Yeah, no, that's the only difference, really, their position. But in the sense that the way they play is basically the same right now. And he was 0 at 3-point percentage until his 4th year, which will be past his.
Which is 10.
Yeah, which is only
then it
12
was
point.
like-
And then it got to 50%, but I think he only shot like 2 threes or something. And then after that, it went back to 0, and he finally has 32%. So it's not.
Kenneth Faried is the worst possible
No,
example.
but
you said they
it's-
play similarly. Kenneth Faried and Ben Simmons are literally
They're
the polar opposite.
They're literally both focused on staying in the paint.
Yeah, but like Ben Simmons is a point guard. He
Ben Simmons
passes
is a
and
point
stuff.
guard. He
But
passes,
I'm
he
saying
rebounds,
no,
he does everything
similar build
way
and
better
everything.
than Kenneth Faried does.
No, and he's taller.
Yeah,
But like,
he's taller.
point is that you can't just magically get a shot.
It's not just gonna happen.
It's gonna take at least like.
It's gonna take most of his career.
Like half
Yeah,
your-
it's gonna take most of his career for
It
that
could
to happen.
take 3 years. 3
what is his name?
years.
Oh, freaking DeAndre Jordan. He practiced so much. His
Yes,
free throws.
you practice,
It took
you
him
get better.
so long to get to this point.
No, he made one adjustment. He staggered his feet and he went from 40 to 70.
Okay, there's definitely more than that.
He made
No.
He definitely needed to do one
staggered
adjustment.
he staggered his feet
That
and he
makes
made
no
his
sense,
release
Rishi.
point higher. That I know this. I saw a video on it. That is all he did. He went from like 40%.
Yeah, so it took him what?
Yeah,
How many
it
years?
took it- yeah,
he made
no,
that. He made
think-
that one adjustment. He made one adjustment in 1 year.
It was definitely more
But
than
you're-
one adjustment.
No,
it was
it
practice. and
definitely
adjustments
didn't
and-
happen in 1 year because then he would have already done that when he was on the Clippers and like he went early years
think
when he was
no
on the
one
Clippers.
would have recommended
No,
that?
no, everyone saw how bad he was.
But he didn't do it, and then the second that he did it, it helped.
Yes,
so
but
that's
that
what I'm
does-
saying.
No, he
it
probably
can take
practiced
one thing. For
No,
Ben Simmons-
he's been practicing that forever. That's been his weak point forever. That's why he's improved, and that's taken also a lot of his career.
Okay, but listen, he went from like really bad at free throws 1 year, and then he suddenly jumped and went very, very good the next. So it's possible.
No, but it took him so long to figure out. Okay, what is wrong? I need because a shooting coach doesn't. You see that with NBA players all the time. Shooting coaches don't magically make the players shoot better. It's not. That's not how it works.
yeah, it just takes
It
practice.
takes so long, and it's majority on the player themselves because they feel the shot. They feel how it's getting
Yeah.
off their hands or whatever. So
If he just works with the shooting coach and
It's not
works on it, and the
going to
shooting coach
happen.
tells him what's
DeAndre
wrong.
Jordan has been doing that for so long, and he finally got it.
If
He
he-
made one adjustment.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
Then why do you think?
Then why do you think it took that long?
why do
If
you
it was
think
just
why
one
do you think the
adjustment.
one adjustment fixed everything, though.
It wasn't okay.
No,
it was
it
definitely
could-
not. one
yeah,
of
it was
those.
definitely
It was
not.
practice, so much practice, and to this point where he's like, okay,
Now he
maybe
finally
this
figured
will
out
work.
the feel.
Like
It wasn't
took him so long.
Yeah,
It took him so long to
maybe
realize
maybe
that,
that
okay, maybe
final
this is-
breakthrough happened over the
Yeah.
last year, but there's
It took him
No
zero
so
way,
long
there's no
to
way free
finally
throw
get that
shooting
breakthrough.
takes 9 years to figure out. You cannot.
He's
be
clearly
that
not
stupid.
very-
Shaq.
Yeah,
Lon-
Shaq never got
never
good at
figured it out.
free throws.
Because he never had to.
So
He
then,
never-
no,
what do you mean, the
think
hack
about
Shaq?
DeAndre Jordan.
Hack happened very late in his career.
Yeah, but
Mind
that
you
was extremely important. Like that's the time when you'd think that he would be
That was
practicing.
late in his career when he wasn't as dominant. That was when, like during the Heat.
So
and
no,
the
that was
Cavs
his
when he was
only
not
thing.
good.
That was his-
That was his only
Yeah.
thing, though. That was his whole game, and the fact that they could do that to him took away. That's why Jordan worked so hard for so long to fix that. It doesn't just happen over 1 year.
Like Shaq was
Then
fine.
why did it happen over
Shaq,
1 year?
it
Why did
didn't.
they jump that
It didn't
much?
though. It
It
took
didn't.
9 years.
You cannot be that stupid to figure out after 9 years to
Okay,
jump
look,
your free throw
look.
percentage is like 20%. That's not possible.
Yes, it is. You finally get a breakthrough after practicing
Yeah.
so much. You're like, okay, I need
After
to figure
practicing
this
so
out.
much, you should get it earlier. You're an NBA player. All you do is shoot. All you
but
do
he
is
didn't.
practice.
Why would he wait
That's not-
that long?
it's not that
why,
easy.
why in the world would he wait that long? Ever?
It's clearly a major need for him to be able to shoot free throws because that was a huge thing that was stopping him.
Yeah.
And so he worked his butt off for so long, finally got
Yeah.
it. And then, so like, what's his name? Shaq. No, not Shaq. I forgot his name. I was going to say something. Okay,
What's his-
whatever. I remember. Yeah. Continue.
Okay. But no, that's the thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Shaq was so good, right? He was so good. So there was no really need to improve his free throw. And that's probably what Ben Simmons is.
Yeah,
Ben Simmons
he
is
has-
not nearly where Shaq
No,
is.
no,
Are
no,
you
no.
kidding me?
Obviously,
No, no,
obviously.
we're not comparing it in the
No
sense, in that
shit.
sense. We're saying that what he's doing is working. So
Right.
because of that, he sees no reason to change what he's
Well, it's
doing.
not working well enough. They've been second round exits till this point. So if
They've
he
been in
works
the
on it-
playoffs 2 years.
yeah, second round exits. That's not nearly where he wants to be.
I
He wants to win a ring. Winning a ring means improving. If he wants to improve,
At
he's
this
going
point
to
in his
improve.
career, I don't think he.
It's 2 seasons in. What are you talking about? This point in his career.
So
No,
exactly. So
two
later.
seasons in, he doesn't really care about that right now.
It's 2 seasons in. How can you make that? How can you make that statement?
Because it's just common using.
No, we're looking at
Logically.
logic and facts. You are just basing it off the fact that
That he
in
managed.
9 years, Brook Lopez got good at threes. That means it's going to take, if you're comparing it that way, it's going to take him just as long.
Or maybe not just because he's a point guard, but like it would be.
It's
a long
not
time.
going to happen as
do
immediately.
you know the reason why it took 9 years? Because it took 9 years for the NBA to change to a 3-point shooting
Simmons
league.
came
The NBA
into the league that way.
No.
Yeah, and he never needed to in college. He never needed to his first 2 seasons. But
doesn't
now
need to
he
now.
needs. Yes, he does. He needs to get a 3-point shot, so he will get a 3-point shot.
That's not. What?
That is my
That's
final
not
statement. I'm not
at
saying
all
anymore.
how
I
it
see.
works.
No, I see
I'm not gonna
Embiid
say
getting a
anymore.
three.
Need defense.
I see
That
Embiid
doesn't
getting
mean
a
that just
three
get
before
defense.
Simmons does.
Just because like,
No.
okay, I need this part of my game. I'm just gonna get it. Magic.
No, you don't. It's not.
I'm not saying.
it's
I'm
not
not going to
with
say it
No.
anymore. I'm not going to.
You're
say it anymore.
wrong. You're very wrong.
I'm not wrong. I'm 100% right. I know that for a fact.
I think. you have to
All
say
right.
something.
No. Yeah. But no, we don't have to.
No.
We're fine. Yeah,
What's the
we're-
time?
What's the time? Excel.
Extra. We're fine.
All right. We're,
Okay. What do you
let's
guys
speed
think
through
the
this.
most underrated signing of free agency
This is the most
was?
heated argument we've had. I'm not gonna bring it up. Okay, most underrated signing. Well, I'm gonna most underrated move was Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, but signing.
Signing.
Signing,
we
bro.
not the
Bro,
trade,
we have
rather.
a whole topic about
Yeah.
Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, we'll talk about.
Well,
it.
okay.
What do you
then
think was-
most underrated
Goddamn.
signing? I didn't think about it.
Leiden was a signing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
For
the
me-
future MVP.
For me, while he thinks about it, I think Leiden was the best, most underrated
Yes.
signing in the sense that
he's an MVP caliber. player.
I wouldn't go that far just yet,
No, he's an MVP caliber.
but he's shown
No.
okay, yeah, okay, fine. He's MVP caliber, but he's shown serious promise, and the fact
He's so bad. He's so bad. I don't know.
Okay,
I
okay.
think
I've
I don't
heard
know
in
why he's
prac-
still in the league.
I've heard in practices that he beat everyone in shooting competitions.
Yeah, no.
competitions,
Well, he's
and
still
he
trash.
also has like a 40-inch vert.
we
So he has
barely
athleticism.
played him. Let's be honest.
He was so crowded by him.
Yeah.
There's no way he was gonna play for us.
Yeah, no, we
But,
had way more players than we knew what to do with last year, and
Okay.
Leiden, I think honestly, he's gonna help the Kings a lot more than it.
I thought he was
seems.
gonna get minutes, but
Why not?
He might.
Who's their center? Collie Stein is
He's
gone.
not. He's not setting. He's like a small forward, power forward.
yeah, they got small forward power forwards.
No, they
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
Freaking-
Oh God. Why'd you touch it?
I was adjusting it.
They don't. They really don't.
I can't even think of their start. Well, they have
Bro, they got Bagley.
They
they
got
have
good
Bogdan.
guards.
They got
It's
Bogdan,
Kings.
Bogdanovich.
Bagley,
Okay, yeah.
Harry Giles.
Harry Giles is going to be their center. 100% Harry Giles will be their starting center. Who else?
Caleb Swanigan.
Caleb Swanigan is not.
He's not ready yet.
He's also a center. Like,
No, he's a power
primarily a center.
He's a power forward.
Have you seen the size of him? Have you seen the size of Caleb Swanigan?
They have a lot of guards, so he would work.
They got Trevor
in that
Ariza
case.
too. Do they have
Really?
Trevor? Apparently.
They got. Oh,
When did that happen?
I think. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
my
no, that's
underrated
yeah,
signing.
yeah.
That is
No,
my
where did
underrated
that
signing.
come?
Trevor Ariza?
Yeah, I'm looking. Was he on the team last?
Nah, he was on the Suns. And he got
Sacramento
traded
Kings.
to the
No,
Wizards.
he is Sacramento Kings.
Oh
He's
well, I didn't know that happened.
7 year, 1 year, 7 million. I think.
7 year. Jeez.
7 years.
Okay, that's
7
my
years.
underrated
That's my
signing.
underrated signing.
Yeah.
Trevor Ariza is a guy. He's based off Florida. He plays very good defense.
He's
Or to be honest, Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah,
We
that
do-
too. Isaiah
yeah.
Thomas.
we don't know what he's
Because
gonna
people
do.
think he's trash.
He's
But
not.
I don't
He
think
just did not.
he was
fit
just
with
so
the Nuggets.
unlucky with us.
He just didn't fit because
Yeah.
Monte was played better than him, so we couldn't give him the minutes of it because no one
And
expected
he-
Monte
yeah.
was going to be that good.
And then like the first games he was doing good, and then he tried so hard. So I feel like now he'll have, the pressure off him because
Yeah.
he was like, I need to get minutes, so I'm gonna try my hardest to like score. That
Yeah.
obviously didn't
And
work.
he
was
just
so
forced
bad.
shots and
Yeah,
it
because
didn't
it was a
work.
contract year, wanted to prove that he could play, but it
'Cause
just
he didn't
wasn't-
want to get
that's
another
not the style.
min,
We're
but-
not an ISO. Ball
and
type
no,
of
and
team.
additionally, you can't throw him into the rotation middle of the year.
Yeah,
It just didn't.
It was at
work.
the end.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like I think actually it would have worked if it was earlier.
If it was the beginning of the year,
Yeah.
and if we knew if Monte
even if
wasn't
Monte
as
was
good,
even if Monte was as good, because they can, you could see it sometimes that it worked with Monte at shooting guard. It worked perfectly fine. So I feel like it could have happened, but it didn't happen. But he'll be a starter there, so that could be underrated. It could keep them, somewhat competitive. Like a.
no, I think the
Like
King,
late- like-
not the King, Wizards. I don't know. If he balls out and if he averages like 20 a
No,
game,
like 15. 15's even fine.
I think he can get 20. He can get 20
Yeah, he can, but-
easily. If he's starting, he can get 20.
Yeah.
100% he can get 20.
So that could be underrated.
Especially if Bradley Beal gets traded, which I
No,
expect
then
to.
that's
I
IT's
don't think
team at
it's
that point.
yeah.
they said they're
That-
not
yeah,
trading
That's
him.
not
so.
happening.
But
if
yeah.
he does, because I think he's gonna get traded. I think
So
IT
IT,
because it's a contract year's expiring deal, but it's like a damn
Either
good
IT or Ariza.
IT or reason. That's what
Yeah.
we got so far.
Same for
Yeah.
me.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
I
right.
guess they really make any move.
One of our final things is Russell Westbrook was traded for CP3 and picks.
To the Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
It caught me off guard because I didn't think the Rockets would actually trade for him because
I'm honestly don't.
It was
give shit.
it was definitely a strange trade because now Harden and Westbrook are basically going to have a shooting contest in the game.
yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
It's an upgrade over CP3 because
Yeah.
I think Westbrook at this
It's
point is an
Westbrook.
upgrade.
It's
I
Westbrook.
don't think in the playoffs though.
Yeah. The
In
only
the regular season, I think they'll be really like way better
Yeah,
because those players play a lot of the games.
yeah, because they don't like taking games off.
Yeah, Westbrook and Harden play a lot of games, but then the playoffs, Westbrook is.
Westbrook's good in elimination games though. In elimination, he balls out because in the game that they lost to Portland, he had like 45.
The only
something like
reason
that.
Harden, Westbrook, and Durant worked in the beginning when they were together on the Thunder is because Westbrook wasn't as good at threes. Like he got better over time, and because of
and
that,
they were
Westbrook is so
young.
bad.
no,
they were
he
young.
and because of that, he was kind of sort of after Durant left, he was forced to kind of shoot threes. So now he's kind of used to it. So I feel
No,
like
he's-
it's just
but
going to be
Westbrook sucks
shooting.
at threes.
Yeah,
He's
no,
still not
it doesn't
good,
matter.
yeah.
He still
No, he's
takes
like
them.
20%.
He still takes them, unfortunately, and because of that, it's just
I just don't see like in
the chemistry's
playoffs-
not going to work.
in the playoffs. Harden and Westbrook seem just like the worst option.
Yeah.
Like,
In elimination
paper,
games,
they look
Westbrook
like
is
role
really, really good.
It's not really proven
just-
anything
they-
so far. He's good in elimination games. That's not really.
Because the rest
done
of his, the
anything.
rest of his team is doo doo. And because
Paul
Damian
George,
Lillard,
you have Paul George, Russell Westbrook.
do you remember what Paul George's stat line was in the Jazz game when they got eliminated?
Yeah,
It
so
was 2 of 15 or something like that. And Westbrook had like 45 or 47.
Wait, I'm gonna look up Westbrook's
And
playoff
in a-
stats. real
Most
quick.
of his playoff games are meh. I will say that.
And
Most of his playoff stats are meh. But
the
in the-
shots he
I'm-
takes, just like
Yeah,
It's because he's been forced to take these shots.
Yeah,
if
so
he has a
he's used
shooter.
so he's used to them. Yeah.
Now he
I mean,
has
look-
Harden.
Now
who's
he's Harden,
rather
and the entire
efficient.
Rockets team can shoot threes as well.
Yes, but
So-
I still don't think he can kill the habit of shooting threes the way he was because like
Okay, so they have to play him at point guard.
no
They
question.
can't play, but then Harden will probably get less shots. I don't know how it's gonna work.
They're gonna have to figure something
'Cause
crazy.
a lot of people are freaking out about it being like that's going to be like the next best duo.
How
it
do
was
you-
because of how they played in OKC. They played in OKC. They were two completely different players.
Yeah, no, it's
Now Westbrook
entirely-
Westbrook is used to being the man. Harden's also used to being the guy. Harden's play style has changed.
and they
it's
both
almost
shoot a lot of
completely-
threes, even though Westbrook isn't good at them.
Yeah, Harden shoots way more than he did.
Yeah.
He's a much better passer. He's a much more well-rounded player. Both of them are, but I don't think their play styles are gonna mesh well.
No,
I
they aren't, and it kind of looks like Westbrook has just been kept as a trading chip, which is
doubt it.
possible.
Westbrook or CP3?
No, Westbrook could also be
Why?
a trading
No,
chip.
No, I don't.
There's
think
no way
that's
that they
happening.
traded them.
If it doesn't work in the regular season, I feel like they might.
But I
trade
feel
him
like
for
you don't want to
All-Star
make
Weekend.
Harden unhappy, and Harden wants him there. So
Does he though?
yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much one of the biggest reasons why.
Of course,
he's
he
there.
wants him there.
No,
because they're
like
like
he
best
literally
friends
asked.
too.
He asked.
Yeah.
So, but Westbrook has shot over 40% twice. Oh no, 3 times
From three or
Yeah.
in the playoffs, like recently.
from three or from
Yeah,
just
from
field goal.
field goal percentage.
Oh.
No, because
The
in
36. That's pretty much 40. So 36 and then 40.
Do you remember when he won MVP? The team that he had,
Yeah.
it was garbage. So he had to shoot like 50 times a game.
No, and that's
He
insane
had to. They
triple
would've
double
lost
stuff.
by
I mean, there's a
90
chance.
if
There's
they
a
did.
chance they'll be really good. It's just that
Yeah, there's a possibility that Russell decides to just stop shooting threes.
no, and there's a way like they could
Yeah.
figure out by then a way to like work together.
Because I think Harden can play off the ball. I don't think Westbrook
Yeah.
can play off the ball. He's not good enough of a shooter to play.
But
off
I
the
feel
ball.
like-
D'Antoni has to figure something crazy
I
out
don't know, I
if
feel
they
like-
want that to work.
I feel like
because-
maybe because they went through so much like horrible playoffs experiences, maybe they figure something out now. I don't know.
maybe they know how to play together. But the thing is, Russell Westbrook has gotten really good at like driving and stuff in the time that they've been separated.
I mean, both of them have
both of them
done way
have.
better.
So
Yeah.
both of them doing that. I don't know if that's how they're gonna play that, but
Because the way that Russell Westbrook and James Harden, both of them as pick and rollers, not as rollers, but as the pick and roll ball handler, are incredible.
Yeah.
Like Harden, in my opinion, is the best in the pick and roll.
Yeah, they're two
Yeah.
great
And Westbrook
triple double
is
players.
yeah, and Westbrook is a
Do we know?
God at pick
Is
and
there
roll.
any other team that's like that?
that has that
Triple
triple double.
double like potential.
in a way, the 76ers, because Ben Simmons is close to the triple double.
Yeah.
No,
And-
Ben Simmons,
Ben-
Ben Simmons can get triple
Yeah,
doubles.
yeah, and Embiid.
And
Yeah.
Embiid.
Embiid,
Yeah,
maybe,
I would say
maybe.
I'd say Al Horford's closer to
Yeah,
a triple
yeah.
double than
Now,
Embiid. 'Cause
yes,
Embiid
yeah.
doesn't pass as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
then-
But yeah, so yeah, the Westbrook trade. I mean, it's
Okay.
Yeah. There's all yeah.
And now we have to do the next one.
So the next other trade, the only kind of Nuggets news that happened,
Yeah.
other than the Millsap,
Jeremy
which
Grant was traded for like what, a pick?
one
Second round
protected
pick.
protected first
No,
round
first
pick.
round pick. Yeah.
It was protected.
It was
It
a steal,
absolute steal.
but it was
Yeah.
it was a high protection.
It was like the TJ Warren trade because TJ Warren got literally just traded for cash,
yeah.
and they got a pick,
Bro.
and
we
Indiana got a pick.
We got like a key rotation player
Yeah.
that could
And
Jimmy
Jimmy
probably
Grant
start.
could be our future starting
Yeah.
power forward if Millsap
Grant
leaves.
Grant
Millsap
is
takes the
definitely
bench role.
good. Like
He's shown that he can shoot the three. He's shown that he's able to defend 1 through 5. He can play the 3 in big lineups. He can play the 5 in small ball lineups.
yeah.
Everything is like that raises our. It raises our ceiling defensively. Offensively, it helps a little bit because he
Yeah, he's a
essentially
good
replaces.
cutter.
He
Yeah.
essentially replaces Trey Lyles.
But he's
And
really
Lyles
sounds
was
better.
Lyles was so
Lyles
so
was
bad.
very bad last year.
So it's an upgrade.
It's an upgrade.
Huge
for
upgrade.
That.
But
So-
in
And
the
then especially defense.
the Thunder did give him 32 minutes last year, like
Yeah,
per
okay.
game.
'Cause,
So
he
yeah.
was a starter.
His
on
minutes
the
are going to
last
go
year.
down, but he's playing with Jokic.
Yeah.
he's just such a good fit with Jokic.
So
He
I
can play
honestly
off
think-
the ball so well. He's a great cutter. His athleticism is
So I
ridiculous.
honestly think like the points will stay the same.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
In less minutes.
His production will increase.
because what did he average? 13 last year, something
Yes,
like that.
14.
Yeah. 14. Yeah.
Yeah, 14 points a game, and he's only 25 as
Yeah,
well,
he can
which fits
shoot.
our timeline perfectly.
No, and his salary isn't very much, which also helps.
So he has a player option next year, right?
yeah.
No.
So if he's smart, he's going to decline that, and then we re-sign him for a bigger deal. But we own his bird rights, which means
Yeah.
that we can sign him to more money. I think. I don't know.
And it means
Bird rights are confusing.
Yeah.
also, how do we have his bird rights? Don't you have to have him for 4 years or something?
But-
before that?
Or
Or 2
we
years?
traded for him.
Yeah,
That's
no,
why.
that's in his contract when he was with.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The team that he's
I
with.
got
has
you.
bird
I
rights.
got you. I got you.
So
He's definitely
We-
good. He's a great pickup for what we gave
yeah.
up for
So
him.
if he
Nothing.
picks up his option, then the year after he can get a lot more money from us. But if he declines his option, then we can pay him like less money, but it's better for him, I think, if we do that. I don't know. It's better for us because we pay him less money, but it's also better for him because he gets more money now.
What?
it
He'll
is.
get a higher annual salary.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But then he'd have to wait to get a bigger payday, which we might not pay him.
It's
And
unlikely-
he'd have to
Do
bet on himself.
Huh?
Do we even want to like?
Yeah, I think we should talk about
Oh,
how
okay.
bad it's like been for him. Yeah.
Yes.
So one last thing the final topic we're gonna talk about is the Rockies getting absolutely manhandled in
Yeah.
these recent
Yeah, 'cause
games.
They got swept on the road before the All-Star break in Arizona, which was bad because that dropped them to below 500. And they just got swept at home by the last place Giants, and now we're in last place.
19 run. How does that happen? How do you give up
Okay,
9?
how does one team get 19 at
Yeah.
Coors Field, and you got to get 2?
Yeah, there.
How does the,
Last year
how does
there.
the team
Yeah.
with the worst offense in the MLB get 19 runs, and the team with the best offense in the MLB get 2? In the
What?
most in the most offensively favored ballpark in the league. It just made no sense. I just didn't get it.
Wait, we've lost one,
We've
two,
got-
three,
we've lost
four,
all 4 of them.
We lost
4 in a row. God damn.
Yeah. And
No,
before that, we lost it to the Reds 17-9, which is kind of competitive, but not really.
Bro.
It was
What the hell
competitive,
is
and
this?
then we kind of just
What the
it
hell
was
is
10
this?
and 9.
Yeah, I
Are we
know.
still above 500?
No, we're the last.
we're last place in our division.
What happened?
We just okay. Here's
After
the
like
thing.
the
There's a
All-Star,
lot. There's
like-
a lot. There's like 70 games left in this season, so it's not over.
No,
Okay.
that's fine.
Yeah, but like-
but this
but-
stretch is
It's just-
probably one of the worst I've ever seen the Rockies
because
go through.
the pitching's been bad, the hitting's been
No,
bad.
the
everything-
beginning of the year is worse.
Yeah, because everything was bad.
Yeah.
Everything we were getting blown
We
out.
couldn't
every single
score at
game.
all.
And we were getting blown out and we couldn't score. That was
Yeah,
That
so
was not-
But this was an
I
extremely
feel-
rough patch. Like the Giants aren't really that good, and we got destroyed.
yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Well, that's the end of our podcast. Follow us on social media. And,
That was abrupt.
Huh?
What? Nothing.
Follow us, subscribe. Which
Yeah.
one is this going up on? It's going up.
This
on,
is going on our actual peak.
And,
Support.
and I'll put
It'll go
I'll
on
put
both.
it on both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
it'll be on
it's up
King
on
Duck
both.
and it'll be on
We'd
Peak
like you
Sports.
to subscribe to our Peak Sports one. That's where we're gonna start posting them from now on. But this
Yeah.
one will be on
Also
both.
follow our Peak Sports Twitter. That'll be in the
Yeah.
description.
Yeah. All right. That's it. And see you guys in the next one.